United States is trying to set me up to be murdered, and I'm telling on them, and they think they gonna keep bringing me up in people's houses doing bullshit. And I was recording a video about my family and how my family was trying to help Skull and Bones set me up with Cynthia to be killed in a psych ward in the jail. They tried to block out my testimony of what my sister said to me when they put me in that psych ward jail cell in Montgomery County Jail. I made a phone call to Larissa. I'm going to repeat it since they tried to block it out. And I made a phone call to Andrew Jones, my dad, and I will keep recording this video over and over until they do not block out nothing or try to mess with nothing on this audio while I'm recording this video or when I process this video on YouTube. And now I know that this is a very important piece of evidence because they tried to do that. And I'm not accusing YouTube of doing it when you uploaded it, but I am accusing somebody of messing with that audio, and it probably was happening while I was recording it because you can hear at 3 minutes and 44 seconds, it's a video, it's 12 minutes and 43 seconds long. I have not added all the titles to my video yet. But this video was explaining what my sister, and when I prayed to God about why my sister would set me up to be murdered in the damn jail cell. When they put me in the psych ward, I called Andrew Jones, my dad. When they brought me in jail, I was screaming about them trying to murder me and murder my kids and get away with it and lie on the evidence. I called Andrew Jones, and Larissa, Andrew had given them Cynthia O'Vera's number while I was in there pregnant, while they was covering up evidence. And they all knew that Austin was abusing me. They blocked out that part on the video. When I said that, no, they said that they allowed me to say on the video that Andrew Jones gave them Cynthia's number because Larissa got on the phone with me when I called her from that jail. Larissa got on the phone with me and she said, oh, you gotta prove your income. When I asked her to help me get up out of there, she said, you gotta prove your income. She said, I talked to Cynthia O'Vera and that's what she gonna try to use against you. Cynthia saying you don't got no income. I said, what do that have to do with Austin abusing me and my son on the phone at the jail? And they was trying to force me not to be able to make phone calls, making me scream for the phone. And that's why I was in there screaming and going off on them. They was even trying to keep me from being able to make phone calls to my family and people. And Larissa Jones said to me on the phone in real life, and they tried to block this out. Let me tell you what they tried to block out, what I said to her. I said, why was you calling Cynthia? And they blocked it out, probably while I was recording it or while the video was being processed. Or they went in my phone and did it after I recorded on some hack shit, I don't know. But I'm out here trying to upload these videos as fast as I can. And when I uploaded it and I listened to it on YouTube, I heard the information was blocked out. It was cut out, like edited. It was a very poor job because you could still hear what I was trying to say, but they tried to cut out the names of the people. And I said to Larissa, Larissa, they tried to cut out Cynthia's name from this sentence. I said, Larissa, what were you doing calling Cynthia? Larissa, she said she got her number from Andrew. Andrew supposedly got Cynthia information when he came to live with me, when he claimed he was homeless while Austin was beating me up in my house. So they blocked out when I said, Larissa, how did you get number? They blocked out Cynthia's name. But I already had just previously said that Andrew gave Cynthia the number. And y'all game him can keep following me all you want. That Andrew gave Larissa, I called Andrew, and in the video it say I called Andrew, and Andrew told me that he gave Larissa Cynthia's number. And I even called Andrew back, and I asked Andrew, why is my sisters on the phone with Cynthia O'Vera? Why they here denying my pregnancy? Matter of fact, I don't even know if I was pregnant at the time. Matter of fact, Shut up. I'm sorry, but they keep interrupting me. Y'all see they keep bothering me. No, so that's why I said what I said. Please don't say nothing to me. My bad. There's a gang member that's right here walking down the street when I was walking that way. And then he was coming this way. But when he seen me walking that way, he tried to turn and keep walking that way, trying to walk with me while I'm talking on the phone on the other side of the street, trying to follow and intimidate me. So yes, I was pregnant, and I am pregnant, but they was lying. They didn't give me a pregnancy test when they brought me up in there, and I was bleeding. So I don't know if I told my family that I was pregnant on the phone, but I was pregnant. And I didn't know about the setup, but I did tell them that them people was trying to murder me and that he was attacking me. I told them that he was abusing me and my son. That's what the phone calls will say. If the phone calls can be pulled up. I called Larissa Jones, and she said, Cynthia Olvera said, you got to prove your income. And I said, what do my income have to do with anything? He was abusing me and my son, but they tried to block out Cynthia's name when I asked my sister Larissa, what were you doing calling Cynthia? They blocked out the name. So I know they're expecting to try to harm me and then try to have key evidence missing. Because they want to make it seem like, oh, Andrew gave Larissa Cynthia's number and then let them tell y'all anything. Then blocked out the part where I asked Larissa, why were you calling Cynthia? They blocked out Cynthia's name. When I said, why are you calling Cynthia? They blocked out Cynthia's name. And then when I said, when all y'all knew that he was abusing me, they blocked that out too, of the video. So this is what this is about. All my family over there trying to cover up that they working with Cynthia, the Grand Witch, because they all knew that Austin was abusing me. So it's very sinister other reasons that involve pedophilia and murder of fetuses and babies and other crimes that they have committed and plan to commit against all of humanity. Because there's other things that I know now. And there's other things that my people gonna have to do for Cynthia and the Illuminati now, since they done went this far with them. And y'all done seen all the black families get a reward millions of dollars and still smiling with them witches, y'all. And that's what my family was trying to do to me. And God said, I don't know what is special about you little motherfuckers, but you thought you were going to do the rest. You thought y'all was going to do what the rest of these wicked Americans is doing, blood sacrificing their family members for money, knowing that these white people lying on their case, and actually done put these folk up to killing. I don't care about no gunshots. I already told y'all in one of the other ones, go on, take me out. Because the quicker that you do, the quicker that the Most High gonna come and bring the judgment upon y'all that he said he was gonna bring when y'all did that in that cell. So now, my family in real big trouble. They in very big trouble. And I guess I gotta keep on making video exposing my family involvement with Cynthia Olvera. And I gotta hurry and tell y'all about these demons that they all got from the Antichrist and why they should not have denounced Jesus Christ, because I guess the Bible was not playing when he said not to do that. And I gotta tell y'all what's going on with their bodies and why they running around talking about their paranoid schizophrenics. Because that's the Antichrist spirit. And it's got a lot of demons in it. And it won't go out unless Jesus cast it out. And they denied him. And the demons control you a certain way because they threaten you while they in there. And then the people that got them, some of them let the demons manifest in them. And they do whatever for them. They completely gone. And then people like Cynthia is one of them. And everybody that know the truth know that these people will kill these folk that got this legion, this Antichrist, and they did try to come out and then talk and tell. that they got them demons and they helping trying to commit these murders. But I don't want to get into all that. Let me get into my family. Because now they trying to discredit me. That's why they editing out audio. They trying to discredit me about the visions. And they trying to do it with men because they know ain't nobody in America got my back because they had none of them people back that they murdered. And what makes it so sad is that these is the people committing all the murders and then going back and saying Black Lives Matter. And God told me to get rid of the Black Lives Matter suitcase and give me another bag because they ain't finna make it seem like I'm supporting their movement and they murderers. Because they all doing this shit in America trying to set me up. Otherwise, I would not be outside. It'll be somebody vouching for me. So I already know everybody is trying to discredit me. I've been on this fucking platform for 7 months. And I'm still pregnant and they still got my baby and they still been torturing me, trying to cover this shit up. Because this how they want the children of God. But let me just go back to my family. Because now I know they trying to make me out to be some religious extremist because they done sold their soul to the devil and worshiping witches and shit now, trying to save their lives in the last days. And then we're going to sell out me and their nephew out of envy and jealousy. They never did really pick up their Bible too much and read it like I did. And I'm starting to think that they really just did not know what really was yet to come. But I'm going to expose them because I know this is part of the prophecy. They have to be exposed. So my family, they blocked it out when I said all y'all knew he was abusing me. Here come a police officer, he got his lights on, and there's no reason for him. There are no cars out here at all. And I know why they doing this. God told me that Cynthia Vera was going to try to get me first when they had me at Colin's house, starving me after the custody hearing, after Jakiba and Travis Gums and Judy and his brother kept me at a house, at a trailer at 2123 Eagle Ferry Road, starved me, put guns to my head, and made me have sex with them for food. And still made my baby bump smile. And they all was denying me medical care in the hospitals and giving me stuff, putting stuff in my body that they said I needed, and then trying to give me diseases and stuff. Forcing me to fuck for food after I had went to Shakina's house and I told Shakina and I showed her my belly. And that's when God said that she didn't his gang members around. That's why I'm telling. That's why I'm acting like that now. She said they listening, trying to distract me. Shakina said that she couldn't feel the baby, and I looked at her face and she was lying, and God said she was lying. And then she staged stuff with Vanessa, who was also in cahoots with Cynthia Vera and this Illuminati bullshit, because she knew he was abusing me too. She was going over there to her, and God showed me when I was in the jail that Shakina would be going to Illuminati parties while I was in her house, or she would have an Illuminati party in her living room while they were trying to do something to me in the bedroom, and I was beautiful and pregnant, and my hair was long, and I had a relaxer. So Cynthia Vera, this is why they've been trying to have me up under somebody. And this is why they were staging stuff at the shelters, because nobody can stop me. Nobody had a right to harass me. They was harassing me with gang members at the shelter. They let gang members in the shelter. They let the white women come take over the staff. They start poisoning the food. I don't even want to go in there. I want to go on to the fact that they just tried to edit some audio, that someone just tried to edit some audio that where I asked my sister, why would you be calling Cynthia Vera, the woman who did all this to me and my children, when you knew, when all y'all knew that he was abusing me? And y'all was gonna sit up there and let them people murder me in the jail cell. And turned out I'm pregnant. And then turned around and tried to help murder the baby. And how did my family do this? Because they knew I was in there pregnant, and they knew they was gonna get rewards from them white people. They knew they was gonna get rewards from Cynthia Vera if they didn't stand up and say, let her out that jail. We all know he was abusing her. like they claim to do when they all get out there and put on a show for that Hollywood set. All that screaming and acting and fake punching each other and all that raising all that money for people they done murdered. And my family thought they were going to join in on that shit. And at first I thought that it was just a trend. Because I knew that the police was chasing all the black people. And I knew that there was a certain amount of black people that want to continue to act like they didn't see what the fuck was going on and kept helping them and working for their facilities. And now God revealed it. And I kept seeing people, children coming up dead left and right. And everybody just talking about, oh, we're going to get some money. We're going to get a lawsuit and then go back to partying with these motherfuckers and all this bullshit that done killed y'all kids. I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe my ears. And I got more to tell about Cynthia. And I feel bad that I got to sit over here and record a motherfucking video because I got to put emphasis on the fact that I asked Larissa when they had me in that psych ward trying to pull that skull and bone ritual on me. When I asked my sister, what were you doing? Call on the phone, calling Cynthia Olvera, this grand witch. And I didn't say that she was a grand witch because I didn't even know she was a grand witch at the time. But my family, they may have known. Ain't no telling how long these people affiliations really go back because they secretive about the shit, because they commit murders. And they were going to try to commit one on me and think they were going to go into this murderous coven with this beast. And now they got to try to pull it off. So it's everybody against me. But then I found out that it's really everybody against God. I found out that it wasn't a trend. I found out that it was in the Bible. I found out that mother and sister and brother and all of them folk will sell you out because you love Jesus Christ. And I found out what Satan do. That Satan is just evil. And I wish that I could cast Satan in that lake myself, and it's the perfect punishment for him. Because Satan thinks that he can take pain so much to inflict it on others as some sort of tool, as power, as some sort of tool of control. That the lake of burning sulfur and brimstone is the perfect place for him, since he thinks that he can take pain and that other people could take the pain that he inflicted on them with all these gang members that working for him, that got them demons up in them for sitting there saying they was going to worship him and that white woman and sell us out, and now they got the demons in them and we got Christ in us, and it's a war. Only thing is we can't touch each other yet. We can't fight each other yet. I don't want to fight them, but I know why they're coming around, trying to intimidate me while I'm making the videos, and I know they want the phone, and I know they want to erase the videos, and I know they're going to try to kill me because God already said that they was going to try to murder me and Jim McDougal, my investigator, but for sure, they were going to try to murder me with guns outside. But God showed me that somebody was going to find out about this. And I know it ain't going to be nobody in America. And I know y'all trying to shut down them airports and then talk about some COVID. So they shutting down the airports talking about it's due to COVID. So if there is anybody who would like to visit and see how everything is, how peachy and wonderful it is in America, if you would like to take a trip here, I invite you, as my brother and sister in Christ, to come and visit us. And I pray that you can get through the border. And I pray that you can get through the airports. And I pray that you can get through the train stations. I pray that y'all can get here to America during these times while they trying to pull this sacrificial death on me. And while I'm making these videos with them thinking they're going to do a public death ritual, race ritual to their God, Satan, in the last days, while I'm publicly proclaiming Jehovah and Jesus Christ in front of the nation, in front of the world, I pray that you guys make it here safely. And I'm not afraid, but ain't no telling where I'ma be. So y'all probably have to find me out here, because I'm not gonna keep staying up in these people's houses. And that's why my mama was singing. My mother was there when I was singing. I plead the blood. I plead the blood. Hey. I plead the blood. And they want to make me out to be crazy. I plead the blood. So this means war. And it's a spiritual war. And they already being defeated. And they know what's going to happen. But they feel like they got the power in the physical realm that they serve to leave me stranded, pregnant, with no real allies, with everybody thinking that they gonna pick me up and pretend like they didn't know where I can't tell, and then try to have me up there saying I didn't tell them I was pregnant, she was never pregnant, or something happened to me, and they got all this shit that they want to try to get on me while I'm putting out this information. So if I stay out their houses, I'm going to be nasty, I'm going to be dirty, I'm going to be starving, because I'm not worshiping the beast. And folk done already took the mark. That's why they throwing it up. And they trying to make it seem like I'm a bad person. Like all of them was such a good people. No, and all of them is lying about my evidence to my case and doing death rituals on people. Father God, help me in the name of Jesus. Oh yeah, I was walking home from the man's house. I was walking back to the man's house where they had me at, while I have to stay in the streets to make these videos with these gang members surrounding me. Because the man's house that they got me in, my phone will not record the videos while I'm charging it. So I can't make videos in the house. I gotta sit and let my phone charge up to 100%. And then I gotta come outside and I gotta make the videos outside, because the man is in the house listening, or there's always somebody in the house listening. Then while I'm outside, they got gang members swarming all around me while I'm making the videos. And they doing anything they can to try to stop me from telling. So I know this is fucking real serious, man. I been knew that. And they not stopping. And I know why they not stopping, because they have them demons inside of them. And that's why I have to tell y'all. And they trying their hardest to try to keep me from telling y'all about the demons that they have inside of them, while trying to make me out to look crazy. So when I was on my way back to the man's house from making videos up here in the rain, my feet had blisters on them from the night before, from walking and making the videos. And my baby was balling up and trying to get me to stop walking and lay down, and I couldn't make it back. I couldn't make it back to the man's house because my stomach was hurting so bad, my baby was hurting me so bad. And I knew they were sitting around watching as I was stopping and breathing hard and looking like I was finna fall out again, like I did in Texas on the side of the road. And all these wicked black people in Atlanta sitting over here looking, and these white people riding around with them. And they all watching, thinking that it's funny and being demonic, because they got them demons in them. And them demons not gonna let them help me, because they threatening to kill them folk if they help me. And that's why I gotta tell y'all about them demons, because these people gotta go through with this, or these people gonna have to deal with the one who they said they were gonna serve, because they denounced the Lord. And they got them demons in them. And God need me to tell y'all the truth about why they been doing all this wickedness in America, and what it really means to have the Holy Spirit, and what it really means when God cast out them legions in the Bible. And they got it. And he said not to deny him. He said that's the last thing you need to do. That's what God said. He said he didn't like it. And they did it on purpose, and they threatened to be Jehovah's enemy. Another gang member pulling up on me. And they've been doing this to people, and then trying to make them look crazy online while killing them. But they made a vow against Jehovah. They made a vow to, from the beginning of time, or whenever they made, when Satan decided to do this, they made a vow to Satan that they wouldn't tell who the real God was, that they would just all worship him as God from generation to generation. And then Satan want to fight God, but he been having mankind forever, for a long time, because the richest people, the Illuminati, those are devils. That's Satan and his children. And they got the rule over the earth from killing and stealing and destroying, as we have learned. That's how they got the rule of God's children, that they did all this to. And they still got power. But in the last days, their power will be destroyed. So they gave out their wealth to people to help them try to keep their kingdom and be able to try to fight God. I don't know the whole story. I ain't got time to tell y'all. I ain't got time to keep doing Bible studies. Because I need to tell about this witch, man, and about my sisters. So they made a vow to not tell people who the real God was, so that Satan could try to get on God's nerve, because he's mad at God. He's mad at God. And I don't know what the real beef is between him and God, other than he want to exalt himself above God. It's something about him having a problem with mankind. But for all these years, he been having a generation of my people and people all over the world worship him as God. And he was doing it through murder. He was killing people, or at least trying to kill people, to make them worship him. Each generation. And people have been doing it. We all was doing it. Even if we didn't knowingly know that we was doing it, we was innocent in the Most High eyes, because he knew that we didn't know who Satan was, and he knew that we didn't know what the Illuminati was, that was Satan's children. But in these last days, and in so many generations, God may have revealed it to each of us. But at some point, he revealed to us who they were. And when we found out, they gave us an option. And they was trying to make us worship them even before we found out. But God said not to have no other gods before him. And we didn't really know him personally and had not seen him. So we was just lost. Then the white man and Satan and all the devil's children tried to get us to worship them and Satan. And then we didn't want to, and we didn't know why they was trying to get us to do it. And we still did. And they started trying to beef with us and make war with us because we wouldn't worship their image. And we didn't even know who they was, who they came from. But we wouldn't worship them. And they was tearing us down and telling us we wasn't beautiful and telling us to worship them and their children. And my people who was doing it, they started doing it. And I was looking at them like, why are y'all worshiping these white women and these white men and fighting amongst one another, and we not talking about God? Because I knew that they was not God, because they was too evil to be God. I was like, ain't no way they gave me life. Ain't no way they put the breath of life in me. Ain't no way they created me this way and then act so jealous anytime they see me looking good. Ain't no way these people was my God, tearing me down and doing all of that. I just knew. But black people kept on doing it, and black people was being evil to me and tearing me down. And now I know why they was doing it, because they possessed with them goddamn demons. that they allowed them white people to put into them when they didn't know what it meant, when they decided to denounce Jehovah and tell Satan that it was okay to come into them. And he brought all them damn wicked ass spirits, Cynthia Vera and everybody, and they all running around with them goddamn demons from that Antichrist, and it's sick. Because they molesting children. And now they running around, don't want to get caught for none of the shit that they done did, none of the shit they done said, helping each other cover up everything, got the courts on lock, got the police on lock, got the streets on lock, then sitting over here trying to plot to take me somewhere and murder me since I've been out the damn jail. And want to make it seem like I'm lying, having me going from place to place when I start exposing the bullshit. And it's very sickening to have to walk through the land telling the truth, knowing that I'm the only one in this land that's righteous. And I'm stuck out here with all these damn devils and these demons, these Satanists. And they want to try to pretend like I'm crazy and I got to go and smile in the man's face. Let me go ahead and make a video about what the man is doing in the house, and then I'm going to go back into some details about they got game members on the porch. They driving all around. They at the bus stop. They got them set up all over to be able to listen to me. So let me go on ahead and make a video about what this man is doing up in this house. Little slick shit. He doing the same shit up in there that they out here doing. So I got to put out the information as quickly as possible. And then I'm going to end up probably having to leave this man's home and be out on the streets. And they're shutting down businesses where I won't be able to charge my phone. I won't have food. I won't have money. And then I'll be having to go with these wicked ass people that I'm telling y'all about in this country. And I do not want to go with none of these people. So that means I got to be outside and then starve with this baby in my womb and die like that, knowing what all they trying to do and knowing what all they did. And I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna leave his house. And y'all better not try to have him attack this baby like y'all did Marcus Mitchell in that motel when y'all had Marcus coming down here pretending like he was trying to make up with me.